Bring Me the Horizon. Ammo. So I started writing my review like halfway through listening to this entire album. I didn't think much would change. It was generic, mediocre, rock turned pop type of music. But once I finished the album, I found myself looking back on it more fondly than I expected. Possibly because of the last song. I don't know what to say, without a doubt, probably my favorite song on the album. It surprised me from the get-go with its strings and its acoustic guitar coming in. And for the first time on the album, the vocals didn't really seem robotic and chunky. It surrounded you with its music. It was an amazing choice to put it as the closing track because, like it did for me, it leaves you with a sense of, yeah, I like that. Does it make up for the flaws on the rest of the album, though? No. But it did change my view on the album as a whole, so... I've never really been a fan of Bring Me the Horizon, so originally I was just going to skip this album, but I had listened to the lead single Mantra, and it was just okay, in my opinion. I liked it better in the context of the album, even though it was only the second song, but still. Yes, it's a generic hard rock anthem, which is what I thought when I first listened to it, too. In the end, it's a mindlessly catchy and it was a good lead single. It was always kind of in the back of my head. I knew that the new Bring Me the Horizon album was coming out, and it slowly drew me into listening to it. So, I mean, I guess it did its job. The reason I ended up deciding to listen to the actual album, though, was because of their song with Grimes, Nihilist Blues. It's that weird electronic mixed with hard rock thing that a lot of bands in the same vein of Bring Me the Horizon are doing. But where I think Bring Me the Horizon stood out in this is it actually, it sounds good, as in, I feel like it could be in like a edgy 90s dance club, which I don't know, I kind of like that music. So Grimes' last single, We Appreciate Power, really got me focusing on her music. So with that, I decided, you know what, why not check out the Bring Me Horizon song she's on. Though she really doesn't offer much to the song, besides some weird whispers and a verse and chorus where she sings instead of Sykes. I liked her chorus the most, so I just like this song. The song Wonderful Life is probably the heaviest one on here, but it's just damn generic. There's some cool synth passages in the background of the chorus, and I do like the bass. The bridge, I thought was probably the best part of the song. It had some almost Marilyn Manson type vocals, which I'm honestly a fan of Marilyn Manson stuff, so I'm not saying that in a bad light. But once it leaves the bridge, it goes into the chorus again, but it's just more robotic sounding and just annoying than it was previous in the song. I mean, the song isn't on my least favorites list, but it's just One aspect that appears a lot on this album that I'm not really a fan of is Oliver Sykes' really robotic and stiff sounding vocals. They appear on almost every one of these songs, and it's one of the biggest falling out for me on here. The next song, Ouch, is just annoying. A short electronic kind of interlude with annoying vocals, annoying generic trappy drums, and I'm glad it's as short as it is, because if it was any longer, I don't know if I could have continued with the album. I mean, I'm not really a fan of the next song either, which is Medicine. I do like the simile in the opening of the song, though. Some people are a lot like clouds, because life's so much brighter when they go. Instrumentally, though, it almost reminded me of Coldplay's Adventure of a Lifetime, with these weird passages through the song. The chorus, I'm pretty sure it's just a coincidence, but there's this band from Canada called United Synergy Seeker, or USS, and they also have a song called Medicine, and both of the songs in the beginning of this chorus go, "Taste of your own medicine," which that's the USS one, but the one on this album, just oddly similar. So once I heard that, I couldn't get it out of my head. Sugar, Honey, Ice, and Tea is another heavyish song with Wonderful Life on here. The vocals on here seem a bit less robotic, but again, it's just a generic hard rock anthem. It's pretty catchy though, I can't deny that, and it's not too bad of a song. The next two songs, Why You Gotta Kick Me When I'm Down and Fresh Bruises, are just so generically forgettable that I couldn't help but put them on my least favorite list. But going on to Mother Tongue, the next song, it's easily the most blatant generic pop song on here. But it's funny that it's placed right next to the next song, which is heavy metal. Heavy metal sees the band jabbing at those who are criticizing them for turning into a pop band rather than their metalcore roots. I like the line, which they have a few variants of on here, because a kid on the gram wearing a Black Dahlia tank says it ain't heavy metal. The song isn't anything great, but I like the jab. And the fact that it's placed right after the most poppiest song on there, I think is hilarious. Plus, there's this weird interlude in the song where Razzle, I think is how you pronounce it, from the Roots, just beatboxes, and it somehow works. There's also this aggressive screaming at the very end of the track, which almost teases their more metal roots. Overall, this album really surprised me, but also delivered exactly what I expected at the exact same time. There were definitely some standout moments on here, but also some really bad moments that I'd expect from Bring Me the Horizons type of stuff. As I said, I've never really been a huge fan of them or the music of their contemporaries, but this album wasn't bad. I'd give it a 6.5 out of 10. Definitely not vinyl worthy, but maybe I'll pick it up on CD.